So this is a question from Julien, Hawle, former guest on the Money Movement with BankFrick's, which is a European Union bank, also a bank that's very active in digital assets. He asked a number of questions. I'm going to take one of his, which is, recently, the European Commission has published the first draft of the coming crypto asset regulations. Stablecoins are a very big topic, especially ones that the Commission classifies as quote unquote significant ones. What is your take on the proposed regulation? And what do you think is the effect on the adoption of USDC as well as stablecoins in general? Would you view the proposed regulation as a good step forward towards mainstream adoption, or rather as a step backward? I think this is there's a broader question here, which is whether it's through guidance from regulators in the US, through new laws passed in the EU, to many other approaches taken within the G20 as a whole, which is going to be adopting a set of recommended policy guidelines for stablecoins. The reality of kind of government rules and supervision of these, I think, important large stablecoins is inevitable, and I think is also very important. I think as we have rules of the road defined, that is going to dramatically increase confidence in this as a payment infrastructure. It is going to dramatically increase confidence in these stablecoins as a stored value instrument that businesses can rely upon in financial contracts, that individuals can experience the benefits of from a utility value perspective. So I think broadly, having these rules and having them come into play is going to be massively significant in terms of mainstream adoption. I think the really critical thing here, though, is, and this is something that we have conversations with regulators about all the time, is the really critical thing is not to just take the frameworks that exist for the legacy electronic money systems and just try and superimpose those on top of digital currency and stablecoins, because there are fundamental breakthroughs, technical breakthroughs, and fundamental innovations that stablecoins make possible, and we don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater, as we say. So, for example, the ability for a stablecoin to act as a bearer instrument and to be able to work on a peer-to-peer basis globally is incredibly powerful and can unleash an enormous amount of economic value for individuals, for labor markets, for businesses. The programmability of that, if you know that you have an underlying digital money asset and it can be encapsulated and interacted with in a programmable way with a smart contract, that's fundamental as well. Some of the approaches attempt to kind of railroad stablecoins into just being, oh, this is a payment, an electronic money payment system, and so we got to regulate it that way. Stablecoins are a lot more than that. They expand beyond that. And so I think the really critical thing is as regulators engage and as industry keeps innovating, that we work together to make sure that these breakthroughs that are ultimately going to raise global economic prosperity for everyone are not lost, and that we can embrace them, and that the fundamental risks that are important around consumers not being defrauded or around the fundamental integrity and security of these systems, the fiduciary responsibilities for those that deal in those kinds of things are really key. It's a good question, Julien. Thank you.